Hey, this thing on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going, man? You finally got that SteamYard up. I was surprised. Like, oh, that's pretty cool. He dropped this. I'm seeing that thing. At the at the hop in and see what's going on. Your book was pretty cool too, man. I've been like I always swing by and check on what you're doing and everything. I really enjoy like watching your content a lot.
Which one? Which book?
I think it was called Love Can't Wait or something.
Yeah, Love Can't Win. Yeah.
Yeah, I read a little bit. It was pretty cool. I mean, I got because my friend bought it.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you got to buy this book. I was like, okay, I'll buy the book. I read a little bit of it. It was pretty cool. I got through like a good 10 pages. I'm gonna finish it up because I was outside, like carving up oranges and everything and making lemonade with the lemons for my dad and everything because I brought him beer and whatnot. It was a pretty cool day, man. It's actually kind of funny. I'm not a dad and I don't have any kids, but I do have, God kids,
Yeah.
thanks to my friends being stupid. And all of them, like, all three of them, they don't have a dad, essentially. One emotionally is there, and the other two are physically not there. So it's kind of sad. I was talking to my cousin the other day. I was like, damn, I always end up taking care of a kid. I don't know why. Like, all the fucking time, just guiding them where they need to be. It's like, damn, I also was like a fucking orphan. It's like, come, bring the miserable, fucked up, and depressed here. This is what we do here. It's just
I hate it.
that's
You know.
that's that's how my mom. She was like that a lot with friends and stuff growing up. She they'd come over. My mom cooked a bunch of food, and my dad would cook too. And we were always just helping people. I think it's just one of them weird things. I'm just doomed to help people and stuff. Just it's not even. I don't even expect thank you for it. I just try to do it with a long handle spoon, help them from a distance and everything. And
Yeah.
not even older. I just want to freaking move. I remember you saying earlier that, yeah, to the guys watching, yeah, take your passport and go elsewhere. There's other places to be. There's better places to be. It won't be a utopia, but the world is bigger than America. There's a lot of stuff
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, man. I'm like, look, you don't gotta. Sometimes, man, I've been saying this for years. Sometimes, man, some guys just have to move. If it ain't working, I'm like, yo, you might have to move, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every place is not for everybody. That's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean that's true. We've had a heavy influx of the New York Cali variety, man. It's just really bad to the point where honestly I just can't deal with the city folk too much. I'm just used to people saying good morning, hi, thank you, all that, and I just miss the rural areas, where you live at least like 10 miles away from someone. You want to visit them, then you just take a walk or a bike or just go down the street and your house is separate from all like everybody else and everything else. I liked it that way because you got up and left where you wanted to.
Yeah,
But man,
you're out in Cali, right?
Colorado.
Colorado. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the move didn't. And now I already want to move because I got property in three places. But when I was growing up, I focused a lot on agriculture, and it was actually pretty funny. I ended up with more land than money. It's kind of weird how that happened, but I'm just used to like I've lived in rainforests, I've lived in the woods, I lived in the mountains, and my
Yeah,
mountain knowledge.
hold on. How is it you live in around the mountains now?
Yeah, I'm living around the mountains now, but
Hey, how is it out there? I never been out. I never been in Colorado or around any mountain before. How is it?
well, definitely wasn't what I expected. I mean, I kind of came over months ago to get rid of some property. I don't hate the people. It's just the land isn't as good as it could be
Okay.
because I'm almost at like the foot. And so, if anything, it's nature wise, the summers are hot as hell, but the winters are frigid as fuck for whatever reason. So it's
Oh
just
yeah.
you're never gonna get an average temperature here, man. It's just like, damn, I gave up on even trying to do that. And growing stuff's a pain in the ass. It was such a pain in the ass. You got to move your pots inside the house, and then you have like to have a weird rotational thing. Okay, sun, darkness, sun. It's just like, damn it. I had an easier time. In the damn desert. But yeah, I'm definitely considering move. Everyone was telling me like, well, why don't you move to Utah or Washington or something? I was like, I don't know. I'll think on it. I've been really just considering leaving the country and trying to go look at Switzerland and all these other places, Scotland, Switzerland, all these other places, because they have a lot of hell, even Italy. They have a lot of property up for grabs because the whole COVID thing, and nothing there really but a bunch of elderly people anyway.
Yeah.
So I kind of like living around the elderly because they don't stir up too much shit.
Yeah.
They kind of just kind of keep to themselves for the most part, which is good because I do the same thing. And they're usually really friendly. You learn a lot from them and everything. And it's usually when you go closer to cities where you have to deal with pretty much anyone between the age bracket of 5 and 30 or some shit. But yeah, it's a pain, man. I got rid of one property in Texas and sold that off. And I'm not saying I wasted my 20s. I kind of feel like that a little bit, man. But
Right. Hold on. Why you say that?
Well, I jumped around a lot in college, and when I invested into a lot into agriculture.
Yeah.
And that wasn't bad, but money wise, it's like flipping a coin. Sometimes you either have a lot of money at one point in time, and some years are so bad where it's like, okay, we're gonna like paycheck to paycheck kind of shit. But things finally leveled out, and it kind of sucks because I have to learn about all this new kind of technology, and that's fine. Technology makes it easier, but man, pretty soon, farming's gonna be a thing of the past, man. that's the shitty part.
Yeah, I think so.
It's gonna get phased out, and so I'm trying to secure myself before they completely phase this shit out, because we're gonna become pretty obsolete in the future. They have all these really high tech greenhouses and stuff, and I've seen them, and I was thinking to myself, damn, this way of life isn't gonna. I give this way of life maybe about like another 5-10 years, and that's just being generous, if anything, before they completely phase it out and go down the more sci-fi kind of route. Because I've seen these greenhouses, man. They look like where they turn the plants upside down, do vertical growing and everything. I swear, it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Really clean, just wow. Just everything just in this little area, but hell yeah, man. I'm just fucking done with the place. I'm trying to get all my shit together and just move up out, and the people watching this. I mean, there's no utopia out there, but there's better places, man. I was just maybe, somewhere in Northern Europe. Hell, you can even try your chances in Eastern Europe. I know that people have heard horror stories about that, but as long as you have your wits about you, it's not even that bad. Go to Prague, go to Moscow, go to some of these other places. As long as you're not out there doing anything crazy, for the most part, you should be fine. I considered the islands a long time ago, but I don't want to go from one hot ass place to another hot place.
So like West Indies?
Yeah, the West Indies and everything like that. Sun.
Yeah, it'd be hot down there.
That sun will mess people up, man. I can't.
Hey, what? Well, well, how hot does it get down there? I don't even know. I've never been.
Into the hundreds, man. Depending on where you go, further to that damn equator, up like 102 is pretty freaking normal. In some of them damn places.
Does it get hot like Vegas?
It gets hot like you ever seen like Nevada heat before? Like it gets that kind of hot. The kind of hot that just sticks to you.
Dry heat.
Yeah, like very dry heat. Like shit. You gotta, like even when you take a shower, you come out, you're still hot.
Oh no, that's like the Middle Eastern heat when I wanted to buy it, like that.
Yeah, close to it. Not as bad, but very close. It's a strong runner up.
Yeah, Mexico is kind of like that too, kind of.
Yeah, Mexico has like a humid kind of heat, man. The kind that just kind of goes in your nostrils is like, God, it's hot.
Yeah, I think every day I was in Mexico, I took 2 showers a day. Yeah,
How about
it was hot out here.
yeah, but I fucking hate deserts. I hate deserts, man. Like you go out, it's hard to grow anything out there. I mean, my preferred thing is I love rainforests. I love the woods in general. But man, deserts is I'd rather just deal with ice. I honestly rather just deal with snow and ice and deal with the desert because at least you might be able to pull off growing something a little easier over there and you wouldn't in the fucking like dead heat kind of thing.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I went to Vegas last weekend, right?
Hmm.
Uh, it was 105, but it didn't feel like it. It was like a dry. It didn't feel like 105, like being here in Atlanta. It's not that type of heat. It's a dry heat, but you know, if it was 105 here in Atlanta, I wouldn't be outside. I know it's gonna be hot, and I'm gonna be sweating a lot. But in Vegas, no, you chilling. I barely broke a sweat.
Yeah, man, shoot. The places, I mean, that heat it just messed me up. That's why I've been looking for months for a place I can go that's just maybe hilltops or something, little mountains. I mean, Alaska was I actually strongly considered going to Alaska, but I don't know. I think the reason I dropped that is because man, I heard some crazy shit about what was going on over there. My friend's like, oh, you want to come to Alaska? I'm like, why? He's like all these bitches here got STDs.
You got what?
He's like, all these bitches here have STDs, and I thought he was joking. And then I actually looked it
Probably,
up.
probably a lot of them probably do.
Yeah, a lot of those chicks they get around, if you know what I mean. They get around. That's I was like, whoa, okay. I don't want to mess with them. Don't
Yeah,
want to get.
probably do up there. Places like the UK and places like yeah, Alaska and places like what's another place? Australia too. Yeah, they on another level.
Yeah,
what? What the heck is going? On? Like
people
rabbits
be
around here.
people be screwing like crazy. You would think the damn pandemic would lessen the screwing, but it just made people screw even more. Just damn, it's like gotta
Yeah,
have it, need to have it, kind of thing. And that's why I'm happy you're telling these guys they have options, man. Like there's still there's still places that hasn't been air quote westernized yet, and I just tell people go, and it's never too late to learn new language or learn new thing. I mean, it's always time is the one thing you can't get back. I mean, I just tell people use their time to the fullest. Live. Don't just exist. Just fucking live. That's all we gotta. That's all we really gotta do. I think we get. I think when people live up in the city, I used to live in the city, and I think the longer people live there, I think they exist, but they forget to live, and
yeah,
then they just go by their day, kind of like some kind of messed up ant colony or something. There was this Pixar movie called Ants with a Z, old movie, and I started laughing because this worker ant got so depressed he went to go see the psychiatrist ant and higher up on the ant hill, and he tells the psychiatrist ant, "I just feel so insignificant living here," and finally the time ends, and the psych ant is like, well, I think we made an amazing breakthrough here today. It's like, we did, yeah, you are insignificant.
yeah. I
I
think a lot
am.
of people, man. I think a lot of people lose themselves when they're in the big city because they get so caught up in the doing part, you know, and they just lose. They get caught up in that rat race, you know.
Yeah, yeah, they do, man. I mean, I'm to the point where I struggle to even make content my damn self anymore. And people are like, oh, Black Food doesn't want to make content anymore. And what the hell's wrong with you? And I said, nothing. I'm just fucking tired. I mean, like it reaches a point where I feel like I've said almost everything I could say on my own damn channel to the thing to where I just want to go and talk about something else because it's like fuck. It's just these women, man. These Western women, to the guys that move. just don't replicate the shit elsewhere else, because something is really wrong with a lot of, not just them, the kids too, the narcissism, the entitlement, the victimization. And then when you try to help them, you try to give them ideas, they turn around and want to fight you. So it's just, it's
everybody can't be helped.
That's true. It's a painful lesson to learn sometimes, because I always used to believe that everybody could be helped. But then as I got older, I slowly came to the realization that some people are where they are because they want to be there.
Yeah.
And like quicksand, if you start messing with them, they'll pull you into the quicksand, and then you'll sink right along with them.
Yeah.
They're just doomed to, they're a victim of themselves, essentially. They can't get out of it. And me, as I get older, I just want to be like happy and like go a place where there's music, laughter, and just be happy and everything, because I don't want that kind of stress in my life. I was so bored one day, and you probably laugh at me for this. I got so bored. I was looking up this village in Japan somewhere, and the average person lived to be fucking 90 or something over there. And I'm looking there talking about the diet, what they do, and there was something I immediately noticed about that. They lived in the rural part, and they they were mostly happy. They would smile, they would dance, and everything like that. And a lot of people thought it was attributed to the diet, but well, maybe a lot of that is. But at the same time, you had a 90-year-old woman talking in front of a camera that you could almost swear looks 40 or 50.
Well, that's on the islands, right?
Yeah, on the islands outskirts, like the rural part. And
yeah,
one of the things I noticed is that they eliminate unnecessary stress. I'm sure they have their problems and stress, but they eliminate all the unnecessary stuff, like fighting over petty shit. And
yeah,
that to me is why they live to be so old in the first place, because you're not going to have a long life if you wake up stressed the hell out every day.
Exactly.
And that's why I think city people have lower lifespans in comparison to everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's Okinawa. Yeah.
Yeah, Okinawa. That's what I was looking at. Okinawa.
Oh, yeah.
There was a huge documentary on it, man. I want to go visit that place one day.
Yeah, Okinawa's cool.
It was heard the people were very nice, very friendly, and and everything like that. Those are the kind of people I want to be around, man. And
yeah, me too. I like being around people like that. And the crazy thing is, those people on Okinawa are entirely different from the people that's in Tokyo.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, in Tokyo, everyone's like, okay, hurry, busy, get the hell out of here, kind of thing. And people in rural places, I've noticed, we tend to take our time. Like, we don't like getting in a hurry for much of anything. We'll get there when we get there.
I have a hard time with that. I really do, man.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to, man. I admit, because when I meet, I have like a rural mentality to where like I'll help people, but I'm not always like the fastest to be apt to do it. And whereas you go to the big city, dude. When I went to LA and I went to New York, I can't make it there. I think I'd die if I have to live there.
No.
It's too much.
I could never live in LA, in New York. No way.
That place is zooming. I mean, I wasn't used to all the loud sounds and everything when I went up in New York, to the point where the stimulation overtook me. It was too much. Damn near had a breakdown, because all the lights, the traffic, the screaming, the yelling, the fucking zooming. Dude, it was like playing Frogger on hard mode or something, man. Just trying to get across the street and not die.
Yeah, I got the point, man. I don't even like being around crowds of people like that no more. It's it's like, I don't know. It's just something about that. I'm like, this is just too much.
Yeah. It's a lot, man. Like I felt like I almost got killed trying to cross the damn street. And as I get older, it's not that I hate hanging around people. It's just like small group, fine, but I can't do that. Put me in a sea of 1,000 people thing.
Yeah, see, I like being around the people that I like being around.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around thousands of people that I don't know. That's just me, though.
Hell, I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
And to bro, I don't know how to say this, but bro, Lowly Khan. Yeah, he made a really good comment. Some people enjoy misery more than comfort. They are narcissistic and create misery to feed off other people's. And yeah, like vampires. I call them energy vampires. There's people that'll see you happy and then they'll hate you for that. I
Yeah.
dare, can't believe he has audacity to be happy and shit. And I've met people that have done like gotten mad at me, like, oh, Wolf think he's perfect, oh, his family, loving family. Like, no, my family got problems just like everybody else. We just don't air our dirty laundry out for the world to see. you know, you know, we try to solve the shit, but in the city, I don't know if it's social media did this, but you ever see people that are proud to have dysfunctional ass families, they'll air it out to the world and
Oh
look
yeah.
at me, my family's fucked up just like everybody
No,
else.
no, it's been that way before social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that because I saw this when I went in the Navy. I was 20 years old when I went in the Navy, and I was because I was naive. I'm thinking everybody's family's similar to my family. No, that wasn't the truth. I started going home with these guys on the weekends. I'm like, yo, why your mom keep yelling all the time like that?
Yeah, there are people that grow up in just chaos and dysfunction, and then it just becomes normalized. I mean, they're just
Yeah.
used to the mom yelling and acting like a fool and everything like that. And I couldn't be around it, man. And that's why, in regards to like Western women, I made a video damn near 5 years ago about American women. That pissed everybody the fuck off, man. Still got people talking about it to this day, going, "Oh, you don't like American women?" It's like, no, I never said I hated them. I just got done. I got tired with it. Something happened to them along the way that
Yeah.
caused a type of mentality that just there's no reservation about them. They get up in your face, cuss you out, and be damned if you have like a kid with them or they have children. I've seen daughters get up in their father's face and call them, bitch and all this other shit.
Yeah, I've seen
And
that times. Yeah.
I could never imagine saying that to either one of my parents. So
Man, I'm like, damn.
that's that was a shock to me, like seeing that for the first time. Like, whoa, it's it's pretty messed up. I mean, I don't know how they got to be so bold. I kind of don't know if it's the mother, the lack of, I don't know how it got to be that way, but it really just it turned me off the whole idea. And then you got a lot of women that dress and act the same, like all across the board. Doesn't even matter background. All across the board, the average Western woman, damn near the same.
Yeah, I remember. That game when I was growing up, you could almost spot who was a filthy McNasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But today, you can take out flip your Instagram. You don't really know who's who based on appearance, because everybody look alike.
Yep.
The educated woman look alike. The stripper look alike.
That's
the girl on the beach look alike. I'm like, and the only way you're gonna know who's who is if you talk to them.
exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, when I was traveling around, I didn't even I went to the city places too, but to the guys that are watching this, if you do go to any of this country, try to go to the more rural places. That's probably your best bet if you're trying to find anything normal. Stay away from them damn cities
Yeah,
because I noticed that like a lot of cities in other parts of the world, cities have this weird thing, be they Western or not, to where you will meet occasionally some good people, and then on the other side of the coin, you'll meet the most abysmal people ever.
yeah,
Just wow, like nasty and proud.
yeah. That's true.
So
Hopefully you meet somebody that lived there. That'll be a bonus. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's definitely a bonus. I mean, that's why I tell people aim for the rural areas. I mean, I remember a long time
Yeah,
ago, I met some Latvian chick. And this is back when I couldn't stay there because I'm born here and everything. But yeah, we stayed together for about 6 months, and she was in the rural part. met her family. Everything was all good. She didn't like the city. I didn't like the city. Everything was all good. But then you go up in the city, and then you get this kind of, I mean, it may be under a different pretense, but that city mentality is still there, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
no matter where in the world you go, I mean, I had a good friend of mine who told me this. He told me, no matter where you go, McDonald's will always be McDonald's.
Yeah.
The language may be different, but the menu is still the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that old school wisdom right there.
Yeah, man. He had a good point. You know, that's when it kind of just when he told me that, it just kind of clicked. I'm like, yeah. That's a good point, man. But I think it's great that you're talking to these guys and you're booking, you're helping guys out. I mean, this is definitely what we need, because man, I've gotten in fights with like PUAs online, all these guys saying, no, you got to dress a certain way and do this and do that. I'm like, nah. I mean, because something happens, and a lot of people don't believe me until it happens to them. When you turn 30, or maybe mid 30s, something changes,
Oh yeah.
and you become more, for men, like we become more realistic about life, but also more realistic about what we want, what we will tolerate, what we won't tolerate. And my 20s, when I look back on my 20s and teens, I think to myself, like, man, I was a lot more free spirited and just let me do everything. And now, I don't want to say we become more closed minded as we get older. It almost sounds like I'm saying that, but I just mean we become more. I wish I had the words for it, but we change. Like, it's something about 30s that kind of defines who someone's gonna be.
Oh, what happens, man, is
Onward.
we realize that we're running out of time. We don't have as much time as we thought we had versus being in the 20s. And when you get past 30, time starts to move fast. I think that's what happens to those guys.
Yeah, it shifts into overdrive, man. And that's what I freaking noticed. Like, that's a good way to put it. I mean, when you're younger, you think you have all the time in the world, and then when you get older, you start realizing, oh shit, I don't.
You really don't have a lot of time, really. Especially when people start dying that you know personally. Now that does something to the guys when that happens.
Yeah, it makes you realize like how precious life is. And as I get older, I mean, I still like to collect things, like comic books, anime games, stuff. I still enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
But the thing I enjoy the most is going out and fishing with friends or family,
Yeah.
bowling. I just enjoy the the atmosphere of just spending that quality time, because that's the one thing you can't buy.
No.
Can't get that time back. You can't buy it. You just have to live in the moment and enjoy it. Even when I'm by myself, I always make little mini projects for myself. My dad was laughing because last week I made this. I got so bored. I made this train set, and I had this train going from the back to the kitchen, all the way to where I was sitting. And he's like, "Why the hell did you do that?" And so I said, "Let me show you something." I turn the train on. He goes, go around, and comes and stops to me. I opened the hatch, a little hatch I had these little mini drinks, these little mini alcoholic beverages. And he's like, "You made a train just to bring you liquor." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You were that damn bored." I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, I worked on a little project. I was like, I tried to get it to bring, chili fries, but that would have posed an issue. Would have got damaged in the freaking move bed." But yeah, I mean, no, I'm not turning into one of those train guys, but it was just something that I wanted to do, because I know a lot of people have gone train crazy. I don't know if you've met them or had a friend like that before, but I've known people that have gone a little weird whenever they get a ship in a bottle or a train.
Yeah.
They go kind of crazy with it, to where you come up in their house, the train's going and like everywhere, has a train direct, like just like damn. I've seen people do that before, so no, I haven't lost my shit yet. I'm wait till I'm at least 70 before I lose my mind. Then I just let it go, let it go completely. But yeah, I definitely want to find a good balance between technology and nature. I try to keep all the technology stuff firmly within the house, but then nature, but keep everything outside more organic.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Speaking of technology, as far as houses go, hey, I got a buddy, man. Everything in his house is automated except for the door locks. No shit.
Yeah.
How far have you gone that far with it?
Well, for me, well, I haven't gone that far. I mean, I still the thing. I guess the thing that I have that is the most high tech is my security system.
Yeah.
I did go a little crazy with that. I have cameras in the trees, cameras in the bushes. I
Yeah.
even dug some holes. There's nothing in the holes. I just dig holes, and when people fall in them, I like because I hate when people trespass my property. When they fall in these holes, I tell them to toss me up their wallet. I take a picture of their ID, give them the wallet back, and help them out. I try to keep a. And my friends told me, "Damn, dude, that's messed up." I was like, "No, I'm keeping a catalog of these assholes. So if I ever get mugged or killed or whatever, they're gonna know. I'm gonna have a whole database of people to search through to find the person that tried to mess with me and whatnot." But yeah, I'm just one of those kind of private people. Like I can go out and hang out, but man, when it comes to my house or property, yeah, I'm high teched out the ass when it comes to cameras, and I
Yeah.
even got like, yeah, I even got like one of those little body cams as well.
Yeah.
That I definitely.
He told me, he said, I asked him, hey, how come you didn't got your voice, the lock automated? He said, hell no, that shit ain't nothing perfect. I might get locked out one day.
Yeah, he gonna be in trouble if he gets locked out, man.
He said, something happened. I think, I know what happened. He said he locked his key in his house, right? And I think he walked out to go check the mail or something like that. So he had to broke in his house to get in, basically get back in, because the windows, everything is automated, everything is voice activated now in his house. Yeah, I was like, God damn, bro,
Dang,
you like that? There's a movie out about that.
he became James Bond, man.
You know?
Man, I had a friend that's like that. I mean, he was telling me about that. In order to get into his pantry, he has like a fingerprint thing on his, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some kind of thing he got, like just so he can go in and out of places. He needs his DNA or fingerprint or something, and it's just damn. I've seen people go out the wazoo to get that, and don't get me wrong, I'm still a prepper and everything. I would go far with the technology, but not so far to where I'm doing the voice recognition or the door the door thing. Because
Yeah.
one time I was in I one time some bitch called the cops on me because I got locked out of my own house,
Yeah.
and then I opened the window. And the crazy part about this is, dude, I was in my robe,
Okay.
and so cops come up and they say, "Sir, do you live here?" I said, "No, I just broke in to hang all my pictures up on the wall, and I specifically decided to do this while wearing a robe, just to look inconspicuous." That's how I'm doing it now. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's it's crazy as hell how things go. But I don't think we as humans were meant to live. I mean, I know people say, well, villagers live very close together. Yeah, that's because they fucking have to for the most part. Like everything's at least dependent on one or two people to kind of do that. But city people, they have all this, technology and stuff, and then yet they choose to live like 5 or 10, 15 feet away from each other, like practically bumper to bumper. And it's just something about that I think is unnatural. Like we're not bees, we're not ants. It's insects live that way, not human beings.
Exactly. You know. But hey, man,
It's
people have to make their own choices where they want to live. You know.
That's true. I just hope one day they make the right decisions to live a better life because they're killing themselves. I mean, I had a chick I knew that joked about me not having kids. And she said, "Well, somebody has to have the kids that you're not having." And then, I mean, it was a joke and everything. I get that, but I told her I would not want to have kids in this environment because it's just. I mean, that to me would be selfish and abusive at this point because one, they wouldn't know my values. I mean, and two, it's just people think that I have to tell men they're not having a baby. I have to tell women that, having a child is not really so much of a legacy as it is just photocopying DNA. That's pretty much what it is.
Basically, yeah.
I mean, people think that, like I hear people go, oh, I want to have a kid look just like me and da 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 da. Me, I don't care if I had a kid and the kid was blue, green, purple. I don't give a fuck. The thing about this is just if it doesn't have my values and it doesn't really matter. I just passed on DNA. I didn't really pass on anything of worth. It's not building a legacy. It's just living like a barnyard animal or something. And I just think we as human beings are better than that. But we should have long, you know, got out of that, tribalistic state, and maybe someday we will. But that's something that should have died off a long time ago. That way of thinking, it just doesn't help anymore. Not as much as people think it does. I mean, I know it takes a village raised child or just people need people, whatever. But man, that birth rates have gone down all over the world. Marriage rates are down low. And I try to tell people about this, and they're like, "Oh, you're being depressing." I'm like, "No, I'm not saying this to be depressing. I'm saying this because it's true. I'm saying it because it's something to think about." I mean, when people the solution people have told me this, well, just have more kids. I'm like, that's like that's like all the money in the room is burning, and then someone tells you just make more money. Well, as the money burns right in front of you, just next to the machine,
Yeah, it's really this environment is so toxic, man. It's gonna be hard to have and maintain anything for a long period of time. I think it's gonna be damn near impossible for the average dude. Even the guys that are above average, it's not easy. So think about the guys that are average or below. Shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling these men to get their shit ready because you see a lot of these young kids out there, right or left, doesn't even matter. They go out there screaming about their political opinions and everything, and they act like they're getting this major pushback. They're not. Nowhere near comparison to the past, but they're asking for something they're not ready for. I mean, when shit gets bad, they're not going to make it because they like. Here's one of my sayings I like to say often. I often say, "Let evil kill itself," but I also say this: children that have never known peace have different values from children that have never known war.
Yep.
And they're just not the way the current generation is. They're not ready for that pushback. They're not even getting as bad as they think they're getting. But when they start getting it, they're gonna drop, and they're not gonna like when it happens. It'll undo everything that we fought for up until this point. I mean, yeah, I get someone go on march for civil rights. I'm doing all that other stuff, and that's cool. That's great. But I have to keep reminding all these same kids, like, don't become a monster to fight monsters. Kind of defeats the point of even fighting at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I hope that I hope that they do. I mean, I have some hope for Gen Z or the Alpha Gen or maybe the later generation. I have some hope for them. If they want to do things different, fine, be my guest. I mean, I don't have to like it, but at least they're trying. But they don't have to try to fight us in the process. We're not in competition with them, and I have to tell the same thing to my god kids. I'm not in competition with them. They'll never be my peers. I'll never consider them competition because what I did is what I did, and what they will do is what they will do. They're the ones that have to live with their own actions. They're the ones that have to live with the consequences of the things they say and do. For me, I'm at that age. I can just say and do whatever. I walk out butt naked. I don't even care. Get my mail naked, come back. I don't know. that embarrassment factor is completely gone, man. I just don't even care anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You know. But thanks for coming on, man. I'm about to be off here.
All right, man. Sorry I came on late, but I appreciate you having me on, man. Go and take care of your grocery list. I gotta go grocery shopping too. get some stuff. So but yeah, brother, you have a good one, and I'll try to stop by again sometime.
All right, peace.
Peace out, man.